Okay, hello. Well, welcome to another boxing video or boxing round, boxing round. All right. Well, this week, we have some fights also to talk about, or I do anyway. And let's see. First of all. Where is it? Sorry, just a second. I got this page open, but it doesn't show all of these fights. Already today or tonight there's, I believe, something. Oh, don't worry about that. That already happened. That was in Japan. Okay, then we can go to. All right. The next weekend, well, yes, we have in England, in Sheffield, there's a fight between Dalton Smith and Matthew Germain. I think that's the correct pronunciation. So this guy Germain, I've come across his name before, but he's never really been in any big fights. 26-2-1. He's already 35 years old, so he's at his last leg. Obviously, Dalton Smith is the big favorite here. He's 28 years old, 17-0. Sorry, with 13 knockouts. Yeah. I see also that Germain lost the second to last fight by TKO in the 7th round. All right, yeah. Dalton Smith, he has been pretty impressive so far, right? Yeah. He did knock out Jose Zepeda last last year. That was very impressive. And since then, he beat Valid Uiza, also in first round TKO in January 25th. So he's been pretty busy, lately, even though, well, not too busy anyway. But he's fought recently anyway. Alright, so this is in the light welterweight division. It is not a title fight of any kind, so it's more like because even though, or that's right, I think what happened is that I think Smith was over the weight limit for his last fight. So the European title became vacant since he won, and he wasn't in line to win it. And I also believe he got stripped of the WBC silver title. Unlucky for him, but anyway, he's still in the division and still banging. Yep. And Mr. Germain, his nickname is G Time, from Canada, Montreal. He lost. Well, that wasn't in the second to last fight. I guess I got the wrong information. This site sucks. He lost in 2020 to Yves Ulysse Jr. by TKO 7. And then to Uriel Perez by 5th round KO, also 2019. So those are his two only losses. Also has one draw with Steve Claggett, whom he beat recently, actually, or rather recent, not so recently, 21. And Steve Claggett, was on a good run there. He had stopped that guy from Puerto Rico. I'm blank the name. I can't remember the name, but anyway, he was was it Verdejo? I think it was Felix Verdejo, but don't take me up for it on it. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, I think it was him. And yeah, so Germain is not may not be a big time contender, but I don't think he's just some kind of pushover. I don't think it's gonna be a really easy fight for Smith. And yeah, these fighters can be also really tough that come from that part of Canada or Canada in general. They are tough guys usually. And yeah, so the fight is scheduled for 12 rounds. It might well go that distance. And yeah, by the way, tell me what is. I hear some people say scheduled and others say scheduled. So I don't know. Tell me, is there a right version? Anyway, I believe Dalton Smith will win. Still, he's at fighting at home. He's at his prime, in his prime, and been going really on a great run. He's on a tear, as they say it. He stopped Sam Maxwell as well, 23. So, yep. So I don't know. Maybe we'll even see a stoppage, probably, but I'm not sure. All right, and then another. Let's see what other fights we have. Yeah, Josh Warrington. Yeah, he's returning also against some guy from India. Is it Khan? Assad Asif Khan? Never heard of this dude before. Yeah, he's from India, and I guess he's just 19-6-1 is his record. So this is just a tune-up fight, I think, for Warrington. For him to win, set up for him to look good and win. And yeah, there isn't much more to say. I mean, he did lose his last 3 fights, and he was stopped by Leigh Wood. And yeah, now one might wonder how much does he have left in the tank, and what is his shape, after 3 straight losses and 1 by TKO. Even though he was really ahead in that fight, he got a little, careless, carried away. He was doing really well against Wood, and then, just bang, 1 punch, everything went wrong for him, and yeah. And then he lost to Anthony Kakache last year in September, but on points. So yeah, I mean, we can probably safely say as a true contender, a serious force, he is done. But since this fight, is since he's fighting a nobody, of course he should win. If he loses this, then that's the sign. Retire right away, immediately. So yeah, that was that one. So I don't know really whether this will go distance. Maybe, probably, or maybe even Warrington wins by TKO. Maybe, I don't know. I see there's this guy from. This kind of attracted my attention because there's this guy from Serbia I never heard of. He's 13-0, Cvetanovic, and fighting in the lightweight division, which is a little, well, he's a southpaw. It's not exactly that many lightweights that come out from that area. I know I come from the neighboring country, Bosnia, myself, so originally. I mean, yeah. So, yeah. Josh Padley is his opponent, and the guy is called Marko Cvetanovic, and you would probably pronounce it as, I don't know, Cvetanovic or Kvetanovic. And Josh Padley, yeah, he's a pretty solid fighter, I guess, but I don't know really. Cvetanovic seems to me like he just, by the look of him, he looks like someone who means business, I see 29 years old, 13-6 knockouts, and he's fighting, at a hostile territory, and this is his first fight outside of Serbia, and he in his last fight he stopped Viorel Simeon, that once was kind of a fringe contender, I guess. So Josh Pelly, not a puncher, also neither is Cvetanovic, but he does have more knockouts slightly. So this fight is 10 rounds. It will go the distance, definitely. I think, unless an injury, of course, happens, a cut or whatever. Shakur Stevenson, he stopped Padley in his last fight. And that was actually only in 22nd of February. Wow, this year. Padley is back already. He's itching to get back in action. Oh yeah, that was in that Riyadh card, of course, the big card. Yeah, man. I don't know, him getting stopped and then coming back just, not even full 2 months later, doesn't spell good news for Padley. I don't know, I think there's a good chance, but if the fight goes a distance and if it's any close, I guess Padley might get it, might get a decision, even if he doesn't really win or deserve it. We know how things have been going also in UK lately. The last few years in boxing, we've seen many, not merry, but dodgy decisions, really, and controversial. I think the worst one was Dillian White versus Germain Franklin. The guy, boxed White's ears off only to get robbed. Straight out. That was a terrible decision. If you had scored, even if it was a draw, that would have been a terrible decision. But this was a horrendous, atrocious decision to give it to White. Franklin won 9 rounds or something, I thought. So, yeah. But, yeah, so I don't know really how this will go. I don't really want to do predictions for all these fights, And then, you have something in the United States, Akhmedov, the new Kazakh on the horizon. There's been so many lately, man. What's in the water? What's in the air there? These guys just come out of the woodwork. They really can fight over there. Sadridin Akhmedov versus Elias Espadas of Mexico. Yeah, Akhmedov, the favorite, 15-0, 27 years old, 5'9", and Espadas actually a little taller, 34, and a big reach, but I don't think he will. He will win this. Akhmedov definitely should win. He's got 13 KOs actually, so Espada has 16, 23 wins. So yeah, yes, I think Akhmedov should probably even stop him. And then we have Michael Hunter versus Lovejoy, Christopher Lovejoy. Interesting name. So this is a very obscure fighter, this guy Lovejoy, 21-1, 41 years old already, 6'5", and Hunter we know is 6'2", but what a beast at 6'2", for a 6'2" heavyweight. 24-1-2, 36 years old, so he's already in the twilight of his career also. And this should be, I guess, well, should not last too long. It is only 8 rounds, so I think Hunter will probably knock this guy out, and early, 2-3 rounds, maybe even 1. And last but not least, we have the return of Sergey Kovalev against was it Arthur Mann? Yes. I didn't know he actually is from Kazakhstan, but I think he's originally German or something. Yeah, that's how his last name sounds. So this is light heavyweight fight. Kovalev being 42 now, having been away for a while, and all these troubles, all the bullshit that's been going on with him. I don't think he can do much at this stage, but he might win this fight because Germain is no spring chicken either, and he's lost a few fights. And even though, well, I mean, in his last fight he lost Kovalev to a guy who was unbeaten, so that was no shame. A much younger guy, but yeah, I think maybe, I mean, this is, I don't know really. Kovalev might win this time anyway. So yeah, alright, that was it for this time, and thank you all. And please click that like button, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I need more subscribers. Alright,